I thought I knew Daniel's story until I actually sat down and read it. Welcome back to Gospel Snacks with Chris. I'm Chris Choma. This is a space where we slow down, breathe, and let the scripture speak into the real moments of our lives. Today, I want to share something that surprised me this week. Because I've known the story of Daniel since I was a kid, or at least I thought I did. Lion's den, courage, God rescues him, the classic Sunday school picture. But as I sat down to read the book of Daniel in preparation for the upcoming Hallow Prayer Challenge, I realized how much of his story I had never actually paid attention to. And honestly, it hit me deeper than I expected. Daniel's story doesn't begin with bravery. It begins with loss, with exile, with a young man taken from everything familiar, his home, his culture, his community, and placed right in the center of Babylon. This was a world that didn't share his faith or his values. And yet, Daniel doesn't crumble. He doesn't blend in. He doesn't compromise who he is. Instead, he chooses something incredibly simple and incredibly powerful. He chooses faithfulness. Not dramatic faithfulness, not loud faithfulness, just a steady, quiet, consistent faithfulness. Daniel prayed 3 times a day, not to make a point, not to prove anything, but because prayer was the anchor that held him steady when everything around him was shifting. And as I read that, I found myself thinking about how often we look at big spiritual moments, the mountaintop experiences, the breakthroughs, the dramatic signs. But Daniel reminds us that sometimes the most transformative thing we can do is simply show up again and again, day after day. That's exactly what the Hallow Challenge is inviting us into. Not perfection, not pressure, just a rhythm, a steady yes to God, repeated over 21 days, maybe beyond. So here's the question I think Daniel leaves with us today. What would simple, steady faithfulness look like for you right now? Not the ideal version of you, not the future version of you, just you, today. Maybe it's a few minutes of prayer in the morning. Maybe it's opening scripture again. Maybe it's taking one small step toward God that you've been putting off. Whatever it is, Daniel shows us that God can do extraordinary things through ordinary faithfulness. So as we get ready, and I hope you do, for the Hallow Challenge, maybe this is the perfect moment to begin, or maybe begin again. So thanks for spending these few minutes with me on Gospel Snacks with Chris. May you walk in faithfulness this week, steady, simple, and rooted, just like Daniel. And as always, I'll be praying for you. Please pray for me, and may God's peace be with you.